Cancer, hello. The last monthly reading of the week. And then I have to follow it up with a bunch of weekly readings. And then jump right into next week with a bunch more weekly readings. I hate end of the month. Alright. Well, let's get into your reading before I keep complaining. I'll tell you one thing I want to complain about. I bought a 4-pack of beer last night. I drank one of those beers last night, and I drank 3 earlier. Now I'm out of beer, and I want more beer. Damn it. Alright. Starting off your month, starting off your year, how you going into it? Kind of scary. Not like a bad scary, but like a good scary. Sort of like a. You go into this with such an energy that you're so in control of yourself going into this month, this year. So in control of your emotions, of your thoughts, and so able to kind of it's sort of like you're going into this as if you were a robot that could move really, really, really fast. Like so fast that everything else just slows down. You from one person to the next, you can help everybody instantly. You can accomplish the task of 100 people by yourself in like 10 minutes, essentially. That's you. Kind of frightening. Hope you don't get taken advantage of. Don't let people take advantage of you. That's on you. Alright. As for what's preventing you, it kind of seems... so, here's you. You have, like, person A through Z all coming to you for help, but as they're coming to you for help, and as you're trying to help them, person A is fighting with person M, and person X is fighting with person Z, and C is fighting with D, and so on and so forth. And so you're helping all these people solve all their problems, but as you're solving their problems, they're creating more problems. Don't let them run you ragged. Just saying. These cards feel weird. Like, good weird. I don't know. I like it. They're cool cards, at least. Okie dokie, artichoke, what you got going on in that walnut? So, it kind of feels like you're doing a lot of this because you're sort of sick and tired of the situation around you. Like, here you are, like, everything's fine. Everything on planet Cancer, it's good. All is well that ends well. You know, everything's working out perfectly. So to see everything around you not working out perfectly, it's kind of like a blemish. Like, here you are on your super duper, like, pearly white castle. Everything's perfectly fine. It's surrounded by, I don't know, just junk, just a bunch of trash. It's like you're on a perfectly pristine hill with a perfectly pristine castle surrounded by a bunch of landfills. You'd rather not see the landfills. So, being the magnificent emperor, empress of your castle that you are, you lend a helping hand. I'll help you get rid of all your trash and build up your kingdom so that way, my surrounding view isn't disgusting anymore. Thank you. Thank you. In your recent past, interesting that you're where you're at now, considering where you've come from. So your past wasn't necessarily the greatest. It kind of looks like you sort of, for a time there, lost your ability to. Okay, an example. Where you're at now is sort of you being willing to just give freely of your treasury, sort of open up the vaults and just hand it all out, which is interesting because in your past it looks like someone opened up your vault and cleaned it out. So I guess something else must have happened in between where, well, you restocked the vaults, but where you're at now versus where you've been, kind of an interesting leap for you, Cancer. All right, near future, second or first half of the month. So sort of looks like you're it's like a trial by fire basically. You're still helping everybody out, but as you're helping everybody out, it's sort of your way of seeing if you want to keep helping that particular person out. You are helping everyone initially. You've got your toes in like every pool. But as you're dipping your toes in these pools, that one's too cold, that one's too cold, that one's way too hot, that one's too cold, that one's too hot, so on and so forth. You're just sticking with the Goldilocks zone pools. Sort of figuring out as you go along what you want to stick with and what you don't. Alright, in the second half of the month. It kind of feels like you're. What a ridiculous situation. It feels like you're having to justify yourself and your actions. So, for the people or the places that you end up leaving behind or that you end up cutting off, whatever the case, it feels like you end up having to justify yourself. What the hell? You're in like this perfect position to help me. You should keep helping me. I chose to stop helping you because you're a bitch. That's you. You don't have to justify yourself. If they're obnoxious, block them, ignore them, cut them out of your life, never deal with them again. Don't answer the door, don't answer the phone, fuck it. Go away, loser, you suck. Alright. Yeah, so again, as for what's motivating you, it's your desire just generally to see the things around you that aren't perfected. If you can do something about it, you're doing something about it. In the case where you can't do something about it or you just generally don't want to, out the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Oh. Okay, so externally, it's once again, there are, we'll just keep using the example of having a lot of people to help. So the ones that you help who are able to help themselves as well, or who actually you help them and you can see results of it. It's like your assistance actually helped them get somewhere. You stick by those people. Well, I helped you, but you can really only like take advantage of my help if you want to help yourself. So you stick with them. The ones that you help and you see that it did nothing for them, they just ended up in the same, like back in the same situation or even worse off, out you go. That's kind of your test, is whether or not you're willing to help yourself. As for your hopes or fears, it's kind of like you're hoping karma's gonna pay off. Like, if I keep doing all of these really good things, I hope that all of these other really good things are gonna come back to me. So, I'm not saying that's entirely why you're doing it, but there is that hope within you that all of the good work that you're doing will be recognized, acknowledged, that it'll pay off, essentially. And as for the outcome, sorry I'm yawning so much. Ugh. It kind of looks like the people that you help that are actually willing to help themselves, the people that actually were grateful, the people that actually you helped them and they helped themselves, and now you're both in better situations for it. And it seems like those people ended up so the karma does end up coming back to you eventually in the form of, it sort of seems like a collaboration of sorts, where, hey, you really helped me out in my time of need. That was cool of you. Could I ask you how you got to that point? So on. So it kind of seems like you're like a mentor, like a counselor almost, but more rewarding. I'm not saying being a counselor isn't rewarding. I'm talking about a different kind of rewarding, not the kind you're thinking of, like actually physically rewarding kind of counseling. Well, yeah, I guess if you're a physical counselor, you know what the hell I mean, damn it. So, shut up. And as for your oracle card, not that one. As soon as I read it, nuh-uh. Am I clear on what I really want most? Or, sorry, am I clear on what my soul really wants? Same thing. Take out the shoulds and the limitations, get it out of your head, and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. Ooh, we rhymed. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Your soul action for the month, ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? Take one step in that direction. Cancer, that was your reading for January 2024. I hope it resonated, but if it didn't, don't worry. It's not part of your story, and if it did, I hope it helps you with the month ahead. That's all for now. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Peace be with you. Until next time.